Mark Sanchez, you lived in the New York lifestyle.
Yes.
There are a lot of questions about whether he can do it, and I don't know if you know Mark at all. I mean, I don't know, maybe you as Jets' fraternity brothers talk. But how different is it? You played elsewhere from the pressure of being a quarterback in New York City as compared to being in any other NFL market.
It's not even on the same planet. It's another universe. I mean, Frank Sinatra just said if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah.
You are under the microscope as a football player in New York. And there is so many media outlets that you can be dissected by 25 different people in one day.
But you can get away with that, I think, from a media standpoint. I'm talking about Ray Lucas out on the town going to have a steak dinner with a glass of wine with some friends. That is where I think it would become overwhelming. Just not being able to be a regular citizen at any point of your life.
Well, if you're the quarterback in New York City, I'm sure Eli has the same problem going out. I mean, but it's also part of the game, the part of the ball that comes with being an NFL athlete.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to handle it. You're a professional, and so it's part of the, what you have to handle going forward. So if you go out and somebody comes up, like sometimes when I was playing, I had a player, and I won't mention his name, that wouldn't sign autographs.
Ever?
Anyone.
Okay.
So, when we go to the hotels, parents bring their kids out there, what I mean? I always said, I'm going to be yelling and mad if somebody doesn't ask me after I'm playing. So I'm going to make sure I sign all the ones that I can.
Yeah.
I think that's also part of it, It's just sometimes like when you're eating and you're about to put your fork to mouth and somebody grabs your hand and says, hey, you mind if you could sign this? It's a balance, like you said. It's
okay.
It's not easy, but it works.
And you follow the Jets with the SNY, the cable outlet in there. So let me ask you this. If Mark was to call you out of the blue and say, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Both on and off the field. I don't know what his off-the-field life is like, frankly. I know he had the little issue with the teenage girl a couple of years back, but that's neither here nor there. On the field, what's Mark not doing to take that football team, which I think, frankly, has underperformed clearly this year?
Without a doubt. And he's one of the major reasons why they underperformed. I mean, your third year, you're supposed to come out after going to 2 AFC championship games, and you're supposed to set precedent. You're supposed to be able to, if something goes wrong, to put that team on your back and take you. That's what the elite quarterbacks do. That's what they do. That's what Eli does. That's what Aaron Rodgers, even Phillip Rivers, who had their team was awful, he played pretty well.
Yeah.
Sean Green went down in one of the games this season, and they put the game into Mark Sanchez's hands, and he didn't deliver. He just didn't get it done. So, I'm a little tired of everybody saying he's the answer, he's the answer. What's the question?
If Peyton wanted to come play in New York, would they make a way for that to happen?
Absolutely. I don't see how you could do it. Mike Tannenbaum and Rex Ryan saying that he's the answer, and they tied all that money up.
Because they sell him a lot harder than anybody else, obviously.
Exactly. So if they want to look like two horses, then they would try to bring somebody in. Do I think they need to bring somebody in to push Mark? I actually think they do. Not a name like Peyton Manning, because, we had this experiment before.
With number 4, yeah. I remember
Brett
him.
Favre, that didn't go so well.
Right.
And I think you would hinder his progress if you brought a Peyton Manning in, because then he's got to learn the whole offense again, which Peyton Manning's one of the best that ever done it. I mean, he's not Tom Brady, but he's definitely one of the best that ever done it.
All right, last question before I let you run. Does Rex Ryan need to change his bid at all?
Absolutely not. I played for Rex when I was in Baltimore my last year. He was exactly the same way he was, being a defense coordinator. They used to do scouting reports, and with Parcells, he would do it. But you get to Baltimore, Brian Billick, and each position coach would say of the scouting report. So this is my first day there.
Yeah.
So Rex is facing away from the team, and he's talking to himself. So I'm looking around like, is this a joke or is somebody trying to play jokes? I turn around and look at Ray Lewis. He's like, turn around. Finally, Rex turns around. And he says, if they run for over 100 yards, you're all effing fired. And he walks off the
him.
thing. And then he walks off.
That's definitely him. Yeah.
Listen, Rex believes in his players. And I would sign up to play for him in any day of the week. And I don't think he should change what he does, because as a player in that locker room, I would kill for Rex Ryan. That he believes that we can go to Super Bowl every single time. I would kill for him and play hard for him. So I don't think he needs to shut up.
All right. You've been what pills are you taking right now?
None. 0.
And you okay, or is it a struggle?
Oh, it's a struggle every day. I mean, I have to get steel rod put in my neck in the next 6 months, so. But I've had 4 surgeries since then. I haven't took one pill. And
how are you going to, and this is you as a human being, forget about being a football player, how are you going to live with that pain? knowing that if you take the pill, you might get the temporary relief, but in the long term, it won't be the best answer for you.
Look, I know the tools that I got from being in a rehab that, my addiction is doing push-ups and sit-ups in the corner. And the hardest thing for an addict is your brain plays tricks on you. Like you just said, well, your brain be like, if you just took a couple, you probably get some relief.
Yeah.
But that's your mind playing tricks on you. You have to be strong enough to know that if you go down that road, you might not come back. So I live it one day at a time. I live it as a father and my 3 daughters, and I live it as, with my wife, the Cuban, who keeps me on a tight leash anyway.
Really?
And I swear, it's that kind of stuff that makes you think twice about going down the other road. I wasn't a dad.
So the key to a good life is having a good, strong Cuban woman as your wife.
You got that right.
She keeps a tight leash on you, doesn't she?
Well, she's, the Cubans. If she starts yelling at me in English and it goes to Spanish, I'm usually jogging out the front door.
Yeah, my wife just has the English that's just without the swear words, and then when it goes into swear words English, it's just a lot worse.
I know if it turns to Spanish, there's going to be some kind of dish or something flying in my direction. So
nice to see you. I wish you continued success, okay?
Thank you very much.
Ray Lucas, PastUSA.com.